Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. And today's video will be a continuation of the previous Tarawa update that I did, but this time we'll talk more about client aircraft with the AI rather than just the AI aircraft. So I'm hoping you'll find it useful, so keep on watching. And here we are back in the mission editor. What I've done is I've basically set up a Tarawa, set it to its standard starting speed, which is 11 knots, and then I've added AI aircraft. But the first aircraft will be a client slot. Slots 2, 3 and 4 are AI AV8Bs, and they're all set to high. What I've done is I've given them all a loadout, and we're using the same loadout as we did before, which is the 65E version. And basically I haven't touched any of these elements here, so I've left the weights as per normal. Now let's have a look at how I've set up the weather. So here we are. I'm going to get rid of the clouds. As you can see, I have the wind speed at 33 feet at 9 again, 19, 14 and 19, with a wind direction of 178. Now the Tarawa is sailing in a northerly direction, so I've got the wind coming down the deck essentially, because as you're aware, the wind in DCS is not from, it's to. So the wind is going to 178 degrees. The Tarawa is heading north, so the wind is coming down, or northerly, and coming down the deck. So let's see what happens when these aircraft have no weight changes. Okay, so now we're in pit, and let's prepare for takeoff. I should have aircraft behind me, which I have, so let's prepare for takeoff. Let's set the nozzles to 60. That'll do. Let's flaps, water, flaps down full, brakes on, and once I've taken off, what I'll do is I'll switch to the F2 view by using voice attack and look at the wingman taking off. I want to show you something, so let's try it. Move the nozzles all the way forward, power down, and let's go. And rolling. So here's my wingman trying to take off. Remember, there are no weight changes to this particular aircraft. And the wind is coming down the deck. He's slowly sinking. What he'll do, he'll end up in the drink. And there he goes, option 2. He's perfectly fine. Option 2. This is my 4th wingman. He's taking off. And he's perfectly fine. So, I take off, no problem. Number 2, ditches in the water. 3 and 4, take off normally. So that's what happens when you don't change anything to do with the aircraft weights. And bear in mind that was a ramp or runway start, both the same. So let's see what happens when I change the weights. Okay, back in the mission editor again. So let's change the weights. So let's click on 2 into the prop, and we'll reduce it down to 82 as we did historically. That's exactly what I set it to in my last mission. So that's number 1 done, number 2's done, number 3, let's make him down to 82, Always tricky on the bloody slider. There we go. And number 4. Down to 82. There we go. That's all the weights changed of all the aircraft. We're doing exactly the same again. We're taking off from the runway. So let's go into the sim and test it. Back in the pit again. Let's do all the same setup. So we'll set it to 60 degrees on the nozzles. Stop. Flaps down. Water on. We'll do exactly the same again and repeat the action. Option 2. Here's my wingman this time round. Let's see what happens with him. And there he goes. Reduce the weight by reducing the amount of fuel in the aircraft, and your AI number 2 will follow you. Let's go to number 3. That's number 3 taking off. Option 2. And number 4 taking off. And there we have it. You can get your 4 AI wingmen to take off with you from the Tarawa if you reduce the fuel load for this particular loadout. Again, it was the same weight as previously, which I believe was 25,902. And as soon as I set it to that weight, all my AI aircraft followed me off the deck. So that's takeoff from the runway. Right, here we are back in the pit, and what I've done is I've made it a ramp start this time round. I've set all the weights back to normal, so let's see what happens with a full loadout. So I'll start the aircraft up, but I'm not going to bore you with that, so as soon as I've started, I'll come back to you. Okay, that's the startup complete. Just need to move the nozzles to 60 and set her up for takeoff. So, water on, flaps down, brake on, and let's roll again. And here's my wingman rolling, number 2. Is he actually going to not end up in the drink this time round? Don't know. Doesn't look like it. And there we go. Here's number 3 taking off. Hibbity hop, hang dang doody. He takes off. Option 2. Number 4 taking off. And yep, no problem at all. So the same situation applies to a cold start as a hot start fully laden. Okay, back in pit again. This time I've reduced the fuel level down to 82%, which gives us the 25,902 maximum weight. So let's see what happens. Okay, so now we're fully started up. I've set the aircraft for takeoff, so let's start to roll. Let's hold the brake. Let's go. And here's my number 2 wingman taking off. no problem there. This is my number 3 wingman taking off. Again, no problem. And here's number 4. And takes off no problem. So that's with the weight adjusted again to 25,902, which is around about 82% on the fuel for this particular loadout. Everything works fine. So I hope you found this video useful and helpful. And again, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.